I mix you again.
Welcome to another Team Talk. I am Matt Print from Fitness with Matt. I've been in the fitness industry since 2010, and today it is World Mental Health Day when I'm going live with this Team Talk. And I think it's really important that I discuss about mental health and how exercise can help it. I personally have not struggled with my mental health on any great level to the point where I've had to go to a doctor about it. Of course, I experience stress and low days, but this is nothing compared to people who suffer with mental health. And I work with clients and people within my community who do have mental health problems, and from their experiences I have learned how exercise can help them. So if you are struggling today, please don't suffer in silence. Go and get support. In the UK, there are brilliant charities like Mind. There are, if you are at breaking point, the Samaritans. And if you need any support with that, I will put it below at the end of this chat, some places where you can get additional support. So today, as I say, we're talking about how exercise helps your mental well-being and your emotional health. So I'm going to list the things that exercise can bring to you and how it can help you, and then I'm going to explain why, and then I'm going to give you some actionable tips if you are wanting to start being active, because there's no point me giving you this list but not any tools to get started. So I really want you to feel empowered, or at least a bit more knowledgeable by the end of this chat. And as always, get involved in the comments below, as I say, because this is a conversation. It's not just about me. So exercise can improve your mood. It can decrease stress. It can reduce the risk of depression. It can improve your self-confidence and self-esteem. It can improve your attitude towards your own body, which may be affecting you emotionally and mentally. It can improve cognition, your mental function, your memory, your mind. It improves your sleep, and it also helps you in certain circumstances, especially group fitness, to connect with people, because mental health can be a very lonely place if you are suffering with it. So how does exercise help us? Well, on a biological level, when we exercise, we get increased levels of particularly 3 hormones. Serotonin, which helps to stabilize our moods. It gives us a feeling of happiness and a feeling of well-being. There's also dopamine, which is another feel-good hormone. And the last one, which I'm really going to try and say properly, but I can't pronounce it, norepinephrine. Someone please correct me on how I say that. But there is a third one, which is important for our emotions, important for memory, but also our attention, where it comes into this cognition again. It improves our judgment, our thoughts in other parts of our life. So it also improves and normalizes our neurotransmitter levels, so the electrical impulses and how we think and feel. So that is very simplified, but I want to touch on how it helps us with sleep. Well, simply, you will be more tired if you exercise. Also, because it reduces stress and it focuses your mind on something else than your life maybe and your internal thoughts, again, it's going to bring those stress levels down, help you to relax and help you to sleep. And when we're talking about connecting with people, as I said, it can be very lonely, and sometimes we need friends. A problem shared is a problem halved. And I really hope that in my classes I create that place for people to come together and connect. And finally, when we exercise, we feel better about our bodies because they feel better. We see changes. Even if that isn't the goal, we're going to find that our fitness levels go up. So when we walk, things get easier. A client recently told me that she noticed how much easier she found taking her child to school, pushing the buggy up the hill of her other child. She found it so much easier. It's these things that help us feel better about ourselves, about our bodies. That something we are doing is helping us and our body. So if we are wanting to get into physical exercise but not sure where to start, and a few of these points are going to be specific to people with mental health problems, and I've research using Mind, which is a really great charity, and I encourage anyone to go onto the Mind website if you are struggling with your mental health, because it's got loads of positive resources to get started. So number one, start off slow. We often just want to do everything, but start off slow and increase gradually. Our bodies, if they're not used to it, it's going to be a shock to it. You might be a bit sore the day after. You might be more tired than you will be in a few months' time. So start slow. Secondly, make whatever routine you plan, whatever you're planning on starting to do, make it achievable and realistic. Because the last thing you want to do is sign up to loads of things and then find it's too much and feel more overwhelmed on top of potentially your mental health problems, or just simply your life. Because if your life is anything like mine, we're all pretty busy and we're not very good at taking time out for ourselves. So don't add to that stress level. Third, change how you think about exercise. And this is something I'm so passionate about. I want you to think about exercise as something good, as something positive. It's not a punishment for your body. It's not supposed to be grueling. It's important you enjoy it. Enjoyment is at the heart of it for me. I couldn't keep doing it if I didn't love what I was doing, if I wasn't passionate about it, if it didn't make me feel good. I'm personally not a fan of HIIT workouts because they don't work for me. It's not the way I think, it's not the way I'm motivated. So, number 4, if you are struggling, maybe emotionally or mentally, you need to think about your triggers. Maybe you are self-conscious, maybe you're not good in a social environment, then maybe working out at home might be the perfect option for you, because you can be in the safety of your own home. You don't have to see other people, they don't have to see you, which is why I've kept my online classes, because actually some people find they work better for them. But on the other hand, if you're motivated more by being with other people, maybe grab a friend and go with a friend. Find people to be with who are like you. So, number 5, if you are on medication and it makes you feel tired, lethargic, low at certain times of the day, look at your day and find those periods where maybe you have a little bit more energy, maybe you're a little bit more alert. These are going to be the times that are probably going to work better for you to work out. Again, I have not experienced it personally. I'm just going on what I have researched and what I've heard about people who are maybe on medication for their mental health. So, number 6, I think it's really important that you're kind and patient with yourself, no matter who you are, if you're starting to get into activity, because there are some days when you're going to be potentially poorly and it's not a good idea to work out. Or some days your mental health is going to be in a place where you can't go and work out, and that's okay. So I don't want exercise to become this other pressure on you, this stress, this obligation. Do it because you want to and because you enjoy it. You are human at the end of the day, and we all have emotions and feelings, and they're important as well. Number 7, if I've been keeping up with my list properly, don't compare yourself to other people. Comparison is the thief of joy. So some people come to my class and like, oh, those people know what they're doing. Well, some people have been with me since 2010 and been exercising with me. And I probably give out, when I'm teaching a Zumba class, a signal that even I don't realize. Like, I might look a certain way before I'm going to travel that way. So people just pick up on those things. So don't compare your day 1 with someone else's day 251. Just like it's not fair to compare children. We all develop and grow and learn things at different rates, and that's fine. And also how we look. We all look different, and that's okay. So it's really important that you don't compare yourself to other people. Easier said than done. This leads on really nicely to point 8, which is find an inclusive class. Now, from the research I've done, there are exercise groups specifically for people with mental health problems who are suffering. So they are with like-minded people, but also find just a group of really friendly people who are going to talk to you, who are going to be compassionate and non-judgmental. And that might be a case of trial and error. You might go to one class and be like, I just don't it doesn't feel like it fits with me. And that's okay. You know, if people come to my class and they're like, the class was fun, but not for me, that's fine. I want people to go and find out what works for them. But also, on the other hand, I do my very best to make sure my classes are inclusive. I don't want anyone to feel like they can't stand somewhere because it's someone's space. That's not how it works. We're a community. And if I do ever see anyone being like, sorry, you're in my space, I'm like, no. That's not right. That's not how we do things at Fitness with Matt. I mean, thankfully, I don't think I've really had to step in more than once or twice. And that in 10 years, that's a lot. And then finally, as I've said before, consider starting something with a friend. You can encourage people, motivate yourself, but make sure it's someone you know and trust, especially if you are suffering with your mental health. Make sure it's someone who understands, you know, the days when maybe you do need that little bit of encouragement and the days when you need someone to go, I get it, it sucks, it's going to be okay, and just supports you in whatever you're going through, rather than being like, come on, get out of bed, blah, 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 because I imagine that is not helpful. So I hope these tips have helped you maybe to think about getting active if you are suffering maybe at the moment. But also, even if you're not, this has educated you on why and how exercise helps us to feel better. Do let me know if any of this resonates, makes sense, anything like that. But of course, if you do need more support, there is some brilliant resources. The NHS website has lots of free activities to start getting active. Also, speak to your GP. Don't suffer in silence. There's the Samaritans if you're at breaking point. Mind is another brilliant resource, a website, and I imagine they have a phone line as well. Thank you for watching, and as I said previously, because it is World Mental Health Day and fitness can help you, I have got a promo code which you can put in when booking one of my classes, and you can try one for free. It's WMH Day 21. Everything in capitals, no spaces. WMH Day 21. It stands for World Mental Health Day 2021. So, last time I'm going to say it. WMHDAY 21, the number 2 and 1, and that will get you a free class with me this week. It's valid till next Sunday, but you have to use it on a class either from today or until next Sunday. Any classes this week online. So, go use the code, have a brilliant Sunday, and if you are struggling, don't suffer in silence. Have a great day. Take care. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.
I make see again.